Hey there, I'm Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber, and as we close out the month of June, what lies ahead for the first couple of days of July? It may not surprise you that the forecast is going to be similar, but I'll tell you where we could see some changes coming up.
I'm Stephanie Molina in Portland, and the latest New World Screwworm case has South Texas businesses keeping a close watch. Coming up, what one local meat market says about the beef industry.
I'm Jacob Daniels, and new housing could be headed for one of the last open stretches on Padre Island. And coming up, what locals are saying about it.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. Here's a look at some of the top stories we're working on today.
From ranchers to meat counters, businesses across South Texas are watching the latest New World Screwworm case. I'm Stephanie Molina in Portland, speaking with one local meat market on what consumers should know. Clayton Saunders, the owner of Clayton's Meat Market, says the industry has been preparing for the possible return of the New World Screwworm for the past 2 years. Despite growing concerns over the parasite, it has not caused meat prices to go up. He says while consumers haven't rushed to buy meat, many ranchers have already been making tough decisions about their herds.
Now the screwworm coming right behind it, right when we're recovering from a drought. Hopefully we're getting average rainfall now. It's a very deadly 1-2 punch for cattle ranchers and wildlife people as well.
Additionally, Saunders says a positive screwworm case doesn't mean the meat is unsafe. He says that early detection, prompt treatment, and proper inspections help protect the food supply.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jacob Daniels, and behind me sits one of the last untouched pieces of land on Padre Island, and it may not stay that way. A massive new development is officially coming to Padre Island. City Council unanimously approved rezoning for an 81-acre tract of land just south of Packery Channel. The new project will mix housing with commercial spaces like shops and restaurants. The plan calls for about 9 homes per acre with 3 entrances into the neighborhood. Developers also received special permission to skip building sidewalks inside the subdivision, and longtime residents hope the growth doesn't block their views.
I really don't want us to be like South Padre, where it's all condos and no one can see the water.
Developers have not announced when construction will actually begin, and we'll keep you updated on what happens next with this project.
Hey there, happy Tuesday to you. We are showing you our dog walking forecast star of the day, brought to you by our friends over at Line of Utah. This is Daisy, and this pup, doesn't she look like she's ready to go for a walk? That's been tough these days because of the heat out there, and today is going to be no different. The added struggle this week is that Saharan dust and the very strong UV, which both of those things, just as they can affect us, can affect your four-legged friends. So be mindful of that with these walks. Again, I think especially as we head into these hotter days, going into summer, might be a good idea to limit those walks to be a little bit shorter, and then as it gets cooler out in the evening time frame, that's where we can take advantage of the longer walks. But temperatures are going to stay quite warm, quite humid, and thank goodness we have a bit of a breeze, right? That's keeping our afternoon highs from getting too far out of control, but we're still going to watch those temperatures making their way down through the 80s and yet feeling like the 90s as we head through tonight. So we'll talk about how June is going to evolve into July for your forecast in your neighborhood coming up in just a few.
A firefighter was injured fighting an intense house fire this afternoon. This was the scene at a multi-family dwelling on the 5600 block of Hampshire and Lantana. 4 small apartments were damaged. 2 had smoke damage. The other 2 units had fire damage. No residents were hurt. The firefighter who was hurt was treated for an injured elbow at Spawn Shoreline.
A reminder, it is illegal to light fireworks in city limits. If you want to report illegal fireworks activity, don't call 911. Instead, call the non-emergency line. That number is 361-886-2600. Well, the City Council took a final vote on an ordinance that would eliminate 7 positions from parking enforcement. That ordinance was passed by the City Council this afternoon. With the elimination of those positions, traffic enforcement will be transferred to the Code Compliance Department. The job cuts will take effect on July 31st. The people whose positions have been cut are getting help applying for jobs in other city departments. Police in Gregory want to remind homeowners to clean up their property or risk a fine. Starting July 15th, police will be monitoring neighborhoods for issues like low-hanging tree limbs, high grass, or junk cluttering lawns. According to the rules, limbs must be trimmed back from neighboring properties and cannot hang lower than 14 feet above streets or obstruct intersections. Officials say the new enforcement will improve neighborhood safety, visibility, and look. With the 4th of July holiday, the city of Corpus Christi released their holiday schedule. Garbage, recycling, heavy brush items, and bulky items will be collected. The J.C. Elliott Transfer Station and the Collection Center and the Valenzuela landfill will be open. The Animal Care Services Department will be closed on Friday. Officers will respond to calls for service. The office will open on Saturday. Closures include senior and recreation centers, after hour kid power, and gymnasiums. Pool and splash pads will also be open on Friday.
A road closure alert for you folks. The Nueces County Public Works closed the road at CR 18 between Highway 77 and CR 75. Until further notice, drivers will need to follow any and all emergency signage and detours.
The Supreme Court is putting new limits on police access to cell phone data. In a 6-3 decision, the justices ruled that investigators generally need a warrant before collecting location information from phones near a crime scene. The Trump administration had argued no warrant should be needed at all. The justices found this data is protected by the Fourth Amendment. The ruling is being called a major victory for digital privacy rights. Republican Congressman Tom Keene Jr. is expected to address his mysterious absence on Tuesday. The 57-year-old has missed more than 3 months because of what he's called a personal medical issue. More than 100 House votes have taken place during his absence. His office says he'll resume a full schedule and plans to be transparent about his health when he returns.
A major road project kicks off Wednesday in San Patricio County. Crews are starting a $1.8 million bridge replacement on US 181. The work is happening about 4 miles east of Taft. You can expect daily lane closures and temporary detours in the areas. The Texas Department of Transportation expects to finish the projects by the end of the year. The Catholic Church's fight against the federal takeover of land near Mount Cristo Rey, from the courtroom to the mountain that looks over the Texas, New Mexico, and Mexico borders. Hundreds of devout Catholics made the trek up to the famous cross with Jesus Christ to show unity in their push to stop President Donald Trump's administration from building a border wall there. In court, federal lawyers argued they can take the land through the Declaration of Taking Act. A judge gave them a win last week, saying the feds can take the title of the land, but the possession of land is still up in the air. The next court hearing is set for late July, where the church will find out if the feds can start construction along the border. The Dallas Mavericks are hoping for some wins next season with Dusty May as their new head coach. A welcome ceremony Monday marked the start of a new era. May was hired just days before the 2026 NBA draft after a historic coaching run at the University of Michigan. In April, he led Michigan to its first NCAA championship since the 80s. May says he's already spoken with many Mav players and is ready to compete for an NBA championship.
Masai said that we're here to win. We're going to start building a championship foundation today. And so those things were encouraging because I think that you can, when you have the nucleus we have, you can figure out a way to overachieve until you become the best team.
The summer heat is not just hard on people. It can also be rough on man's best friend. Pet owners can take some steps to keep their four-legged friends safe. When the air hits 85 degrees, the pavement in direct sunlight can reach a scorching 135 degrees and burn your dog's paws. A quick check you can do: place your hand on the pavement. If you can't hold it there for 7 seconds, it's too hot for your dog's feet. You should walk on grass or shady paths whenever possible. And protect their paws by walking during cooler morning hours or after sunset. And always bring water to keep your dog hydrated. The country continues to mourn the devastating loss over the weekend of 3 firefighters. They were killed while battling 2 wildfires near the Colorado and Utah border. As crews continue to battle the flames, loved ones are remembering those who put themselves in harm's way. Tributes have begun pouring in on social media. 38-year-old Emily Barker was one of the 3 who lost their life on Saturday. Her roommate and friend said she could not believe the news.
I just assumed, she was out of service and she would respond when she could, but she couldn't.
Emily died during a burnover incident. It's something that hit close to home for another one of her friends she met during a program with U.S. Department of Agriculture Forest Service.
She was more than life itself. She took so much interest in every person she met. She loved her job.
While the world is finding out about Emily as a hero, her friends say it's who she was all along.
It didn't matter how much she didn't have in her cup, she always tried to fill everyone else's. I just wish we had more Emilys in the fire service.
27-year-old Nick Hutcherson and 26-year-old Sydney Watson were also killed in those fires.
Brand loyalty is at a breaking point. New research shows most Americans have ditched a brand this year due to higher prices, or they've changed spending habits altogether. Toothpaste, cereal, juice, you name it. Big brands are counting on you buying the same stuff every time you shop. But lately, that loyalty is starting to weaken, especially at the grocery store. Prices for staples like coffee and beef aren't just creeping up, they're way higher than headline inflation.
That causes people to have this very reflexive knee-jerk reaction of saying, I either need to cut back my spending and buying of this specific item or walk away entirely and look for a cheaper alternative.
The numbers back it up. Research from software company DOS shows 60% of people ditched a brand they were loyal to this year because of price hikes. Even more telling, 70% say they're less loyal to brands than last year. The breaking point? A price jump of 16%. When shoppers do make the switch, groceries are first to go. Then it's personal care products, household goods, dining and takeout, clothing and apparel, and subscription services. The replacements? Store brands or generics that get the job done, according to DOS co-founder Wiley Jones.
Do I really care if I'm getting the, really cool olive oil brand? Or is it okay for me to buy the one that my grocery store carries that is the one that they offer themselves?
But price isn't the only threat to brand loyalty. Oliver Wright with the consulting firm Accenture says AI is starting to nudge people away from their favorites. In a recent survey, it found over a third of AI users would let a digital agent choose a better or different brand for them.
37% of them are now saying, I'm willing to move away from the brand that I've historically used if the tool's coming back and giving me a logic for why I should do that. And that is clearly going to impact brand loyalty in a very significant way.
Brand loyalty, it seems, isn't just dying from sticker shock. It's being reprogrammed. Changing shopping habits isn't a loss for every brand. Traditional supermarkets and mass retailers have lost the most shoppers. But DOS says discount chains like Aldi, dollar stores, and warehouse clubs have come out winners, gaining the most shoppers this year. Stephanie Liebergen, Scripps News Group.
Car prices hitting record highs. A new report pinpoints just what's driving the jump. The National Consumers League saying increased demand for high-end features, dealer markups, automaker cost and profit margins are pushing the prices higher. Experts suggest keeping the car you own right now well maintained. Make a budget before you go shopping. And remember, the sticker price is just the start. Insurance, maintenance, repairs, and fuel can add thousands more to a car's lifetime. Gold prices hitting record highs as well, more than $5,300 an ounce earlier this year. That's a 160% increase over the last 5 years. Even a small piece of jewelry like a broken chain or single earring could be worth any cash. Buyers pay for the gold itself, which can be melted down and then reused. Experts say avoid those fly-by-night operators and go to a trusted jeweler or coin dealer. A new study out shows that 1 in 3 adults now live at home with their parents, worse than it was during the pandemic. Realtor.com saying 70% of those aged 20 to 35 are living at home and that they have a job. Many cite affordability, paying down debt, and high housing costs. Zillow's latest data shows about 26 states out there have a starter home that now costs more than $1 million.
Hey there, I'm Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber. Starting things out in July. Tomorrow is the first of the month. We'll wake up to upper 70s, lower 80s, and a few clouds out there. Those will start to break up as we head into the afternoon. Some computer models are trying to throw a sea breeze in here. And why do I tell you that? Not because of the breezy factor, but sometimes that can kick up a few little chispas. I don't have much faith in that. If you do find a quick chispa, consider yourself lucky, because there's a lot working against any kind of rainfall here in the coast of Texas, the coast of the Gulf, and most of 2/3 of the U.S. So the focus will be more on the heat, which by the afternoon will take us to those lower 90s, as it has the past couple of afternoons. Here's what that's going to feel like to your body outdoors. By 2 p.m., we're already feeling like the lower 100s for most neighborhoods, and it's going to take a bit for that heat to come down through the evening time frame. So as we welcome in the month of July, here's what you can expect in your forecast. We're wash, rinse, repeat, but we're taking things up a notch in terms of that temperature. We'll be sitting at 93 by the 4th of July.
A local restaurant is serving up a way to help combat veterans this July. Starting Wednesday, Bubba's 33 in Corpus Christi kicks off its Burger for the Brave promotion. The restaurant is raising money for homes for our troops. The nonprofit builds houses for veterans.
We donate $1 for every burger sold, and then also you can donate as much as you'd like as well. And we donate that to Homes for Our Troops, which builds houses for combat veterans.
The promotion runs through the entire month of July. You can also make additional donations at the restaurant to support the cause.
All right, one more check on your forecast. Let's talk about the UV index. This is going to be extreme today, an 11 for that UV index, and that means burn time, just 10 minutes. And it's not just for folks like me who are a little more Casper. We can all feel the impacts of that sun very quickly with these kinds of conditions. So you'll want to have the hat, sunnies, sunscreen, find some shade out there, and just overall limit your time outdoors. The Saharan dust, the mosquitoes, the heat may help you do that, because we're going to be feeling it. It's already a hot one out there. It feels like temperatures near 100 degrees. That's only going to get worse into the afternoon. Lower 100s for a lot of neighborhoods by 2:30. By 4 o'clock, most of us have had our dance with 100 degrees as that feels like temperature. And this is the temperature that your body perceives. This is what your body is going to react to. So that's what you need to prepare for. It'll get better as we head into the evening time frame, of course, but with those later sunsets, it takes longer to get there. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. We're not expecting meaningful rainfall all week long. Thanks for joining us. Have a great afternoon.